Hello everyone and welcome back to the video. This is going to be another guide for Age of Empires 4. Today we're going to be learning about the Rus, or the Rus. I think they're pronounced the Rus, so we'll stick with that one. And I'm going to show you guys the standard first 5 minutes of each game with the Rus, how to go about it, and what to look for. And then I'll give you some of the strategies that could be good going into the later stage of the game. I'll briefly talk about those before ending the video as well. We're going to be playing on Dry Arabia, but it could be any landmap. Lipany, Dry Arabia, Altai, just to name a few. High View. There's a lot of good maps to use the Rus on. So let's hop into it. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I like to play them in the first 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and jump right in here. So obviously tutorial just against the AI here real quick, but this will work very well in ranked. It's worked very well for me in ranked so far as well, and I've had relatively good success with the Rus myself. So let's hop into this one and let's do it. Alright, so first thing is obviously queuing villagers, but we want to have to actually right away get a hunting cabin on a wood line. Anywhere is good to try to get the most amount of trees in there. And then with your scout, you want to find sheep right away. Alright, so next step is to make a house with one of the villagers on your sheep. There's, you could use the hunting cabin villager, bring those sheep in, and the scout is going to go look for animals right away. The goal with the Rus is to get as much bounty as possible. You can pause the video to read what bounty does there, or you can look at it in the learning section as well. I'm sorry, I kind of messed up my hockeys there. After the hunting cabin, that villager will make a lumber camp right away. Alright, and then the rest of your village will simply go to sheep here for a little bit until the lumber camp is built. Alright, so as soon as the hunting cabin is built, we're going to make a few scouts from that area. And now with our scout, we're going to be looking around for deer patches or anything like that. And I like to scout aggressively first, because you want to kill your opponent's deer first, because yours are more safe. To kill deer, you have to stutter step. So you want to shoot once, then move, then shoot. And that gets the rapid fire. So if you do this perfectly, it looks pretty cool, and it's really effective here, so awesome. Alright, next up, when the scouts come out, you're going to continue scouting with multiple scouts. Now, it's your choice. You can do 2. I like to do 2. You can do 3. You can do 4. It just depends on what you like to do better. Once your lumber camp is up, send a few villas to wood. We want to get 4 villas to wood total. And then the rest will simply go to food till we're able to click up. So it's a pretty standard builder in that regard. And we don't need a mining camp in the gold, because our bounty will get us the gold. Look, I killed 1 deer patch and a few sheep, and I'm already good to go on the gold. But like I said, you can do multiple scouts. You can do a 3rd one here. It just depends on what you like to do with the Rus. I like to do 2 because I think it's greedy. You get to go up to the next stage a bit faster, because you're saving that that extra 60 food that the scouts cost. So it's pretty good. You also want to pick up wolves as well. You can stutter fire these guys as well. I have a tutorial on my channel about that. There we go. Shoot, then attack move. There we go. And obviously this is some advanced stuff that I'm showing, but you can learn that at your own pace, of course. Alright. Yeah, continue going. We're going to go 4 to wood. And the reason you want 4 to wood is simply because we want to be able to afford professional scouts in the feudal age. It's very important to be able to pick up professional scouts with the civilization. And you know what, just for sake of argument, I'm going to make a 3rd scout as well. It's just harder to control 3 scouts, but definitely very viable to add more than 2. So I'm going to add another one, just like I said, for sake of argument. Just to show you guys you have options. And you don't have to do that with the wolves. Like I said, if you cannot find the time to micro like that, then don't bother with it, really. Alright, once you have 4 on wood, now you can go back to all on sheep, or all on food. And we can go up with the golden gate. It's very important to go up with the golden gate. Choose like 4 builds to go up with, 4 or 5. It's not like an exact builder. Remember, this is not a builder I'm showing. It's really just the ideas that's important in this first 5 minutes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make another house. Awesome. And continue scouting. And look, with the scouting, and the reason why Rus are so strong is that by getting the early scouts, we're going to pick up that wolf as well. By getting the early scouts on the map, we're able to get so many sheep. Like, look how many sheep I have now. I'm able to scout really well, kill all the animals, get good bounty. And yeah, and you also get all the sheep on the map, which is fantastic. Yeah, they take forever if you don't micro them on the wolves. That's why I like to do it, to speed things up, man. There was a wolf here that I missed, but I'll scout the corner and then I'll go grab that guy. And yeah, you're constantly going to sheep here. And I'll tell you a few things, a few of the options you have in the next stage as well. And like at this point, you can make a few more scouts as well. You're not really too worried about that. We're going to go for professional scouts. So at this point, you have a few options that you got to discuss. I got to actually take a small pause because I need to talk about it. At this point, like around 4 minutes when you're almost up to the next age, you have to think about it to yourself. If you can afford professional scouts, which cost 275 gold, 275 gold and like 100 wood, I think, then you don't need to make a mining camp on gold. If you can't afford it, then make a mining camp on gold and take some gold. It just depends on how much bounty you get, okay? I have 200 right now and I can't really afford it. So just for sake of argument, let's get a few vills onto the gold. So this is like the good time to do that, basically. Because you want to give yourself time to find a good amount of bounty as well. And also there's the hunting cabin that dictates that. Like this is 20 per minute, usually you can get more than that. Alright, this guy's gonna go kill the sheep, the wolf there. But like I said, ideally you don't make a lumber camp, you don't make a mining camp on the gold. But just in case you do need to, you go for it. Alright, see if I took this this hunt, I wouldn't need to. But again, it just depends on each game. Sometimes you can afford it, sometimes you can't. Alright, once you get to the next age, you want to get professional scouts as soon as possible here, so that's going to be the goal. We're going to continue sniping some of these deer and continue putting vills onto sheep here. Now you have a few options. I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is just 5 minutes into the game. At this point, once you get professional scouts, you have a few options. So let me pick up the professional scout upgrade. You have a few options. You can either go for a fast castle and go for cav archers or horse archers, which is a really, really popular strategy. Notice I have quite a bit of sheep here versus the AI. Or you can make a stable. So now I can afford a stable. This is 5 minutes. I'm going to pause it here. You can go for a stable and go for some knights. You can go for archers or spears, whatever. Like it depends on the matchup. If you're versus French, maybe some spears. If you're versus like, I don't know, English, maybe you need some archers to stop their rush. Archers and knights combination could be pretty good. If you want, you can get some knights out to snipe the boar, because if you kill the boar on the map, you get 75 gold and extra bounty. But there's a few ideas you need to do with the roost. At this point, if you've got extra wood, you take a villager and you go across the map building hunting cabins. But build them in safe locations. Don't build them like close to your opponent or something. Build them, you know, in good locations. And I just realized I don't actually have an opponent in this map. It's just me, which is interesting. I thought there'd be an AI. But I guess they just left it as just me in this game. So yeah, you can build hunting cabins. And the way to click up here is after you get your professional scouts upgrade, you want to pick up all the deer carcasses here, bring them back to the town center, and then use the golden gate to then sell wood or food to get the gold needed to click up. So you can sell, I have 2 supplies, sell a bit of wood, and I'm already close to clicking up. So I can go for a fast castle horse archer play, I can go for some early knights, and I have really good resources for knights. If you go for archers, you don't sell your wood, you just keep the wood, but you use the golden gate to go up to the next stage. So that's pretty much it, guys. First 5 minutes with the roost, you get a really good start with them. You get good scouting of the map, you pick up a lot of sheep. In this game, there's only resources for me, so there's only 2 deer patches. If you have an opponent in the game, there's 4 deer patches total to pick up. A lot of wolves around the map, a lot of sheep to pick up. Generally speaking, your goal is to get 250 bounty before feudal age. And if you can get a good amount, more than that, you can afford professional scouts without mining gold, which is that's the best thing you can do, really, if you want to go for the horse archer play. If you want to go for knights, you just mine a bit of gold, get to professional scouts, and you'll be in a good position. The roosts are very flexible from this position. You can go for another town center if you want, using the golden gate to buy a little bit of stone, go for a second TC. There's a ton of options that are available to you, but the important thing is to nail down that start. So I highly recommend you pick up the roost if you're into like fast-paced games and really high APM starts. And I would say stay away from them if you want more of a slower paced game, because the roosts are very mobile and very fast paced. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.